Hey guys, it's Elizabeth. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about energy and how energy and intuition work together. It's commonly known that everything is energy and that energy drives intuition. It is our ability to connect to that energy and, more importantly, understand the energy when we talk about connecting to our intuition. So whether you're just curious about intuition, on your path to enhance your intuitive abilities, or you are already a pro, this is a very important topic and discussion. And I have some amazing tips and exercises that I want to share with you today. So make sure you stick around to the end so you don't miss out on any of the tools that I'm going to provide you today that can be added to your toolbox for your intuition development journey. Let's start at the beginning talking about energy, right? It's all around us. Whether we realize it or not, we are constantly picking up on it. And if you are an empath, I think you are even more sensitive to it. Have you ever walked into a room and just felt the vibe? Maybe it was positive, maybe it was heavy or dense. That is your intuition at play. And it is such a powerful tool. But remember, energy is always changing. Every person has the ability to create the energy that they want and to shift it. And I'll use manifestation as an example because most people know visualization is a powerful tool to manifest a desired outcome. And in doing that, it's creating energy and sometimes shifting energy. Nothing is set in stone. So when we talk about energy, know that when you connect to a certain energy and read that energy, that also means that that's not set in stone. And that's why very esteemed psychics appear to be wrong. And it's just that shift in energy. They weren't wrong. They were reading what was showing up on that energy field, but the energy shifted. So that's actually great news, especially if you've ever gotten a reading from somebody with an outcome that you really didn't want, didn't really like. There's still that possibility in shifting the outcome. And that's where the power is from a manifestation perspective. But for intuition development, it's important to know that you're connecting to that energy so you can begin to understand what it feels like. Number one, trusting your gut. Intuition is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets, the more you're in tune with understanding how it's showing up for you, understanding what it means. And the way to get there is through practice. And I'm always preaching practice, 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 but it's so important. Once you start using your intuition and specifically practicing with exercises that have no bearing on everyday life, like the colored pencil exercise, putting your hand in a bag and using your intuition to tell what color it was, or lots of exercises that I post on this channel or have in my ebook that are easily verifiable. You start to learn what it feels like when you are successfully connected. Your progress will be so much better if you are practicing. So step one, let's feel energy. This is a super fun exercise. We are going to make an energy ball. Then we're going to put some feeling into it. And one word from the wise here, when we work with energy, we want to have the intention of using energy for the highest and best of all, right? No negative energy here. So for this exercise, let's choose the word love, the feeling of love, and we're going to send it to somebody. So I want you to take your hands and I want you to start making this motion and like you're gathering the air and making a ball. And I want you to close your eyes and just feel into it. And as you're making the ball, I want you to think about the word love, the feeling of love, and visualize all of that love going into that ball. And you should be able to start feeling that energy, feeling that energy between your hands and feeling that love into it. And then I want you to think of somebody that you think needs some love. Okay, and I'm holding the ball. And I want you to visualize your energy ball, throwing it over to that person and that love just showering from that energy, love just showering over to that person. All right, that is energy. And you should have been able to feel that energy ball in your hands. And it's just such a cool thing. You can do this with virtual hugs. I did this with my family over COVID when we couldn't. I was able to put my hands up and feel that energy through to send a virtual hug. Energy exercise number 2, the object game. Okay, this is another really fun exercise to try. So I want you to grab a random object from your home, something that has some history to it, like a souvenir, some kind of well-loved book or piece of jewelry. And I want you to hold it in your hands and close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths, focus on that object, and start feeling into all of the energy of that object. I want you to feel it and understand in your body what it feels like. What impressions do you get? And you can actually do this. You won't have the same experience with this particular object, but you can use this object that I'm holding. This is a paperweight that you can feel into, and we'll get some validation here because I can tell you a little bit of history on this. For your object, you're just going to feel into it again, relax, take some deep breaths, and feel into what does it feel like. Then when you're done with that, you can use this. You won't be able to feel the energy physically because you're not holding the object, but you don't need to with energy. You can imagine this, imagine yourself holding it and get the same kind of results. So why don't you do that? Pause the video, do that exercise, come back for the reveal, and I will tell you what you need to know about this object. All right, so for this one, this came from my husband's grandmother, who, by the way, is 106 years old. She turned 106 in August, and this was her paperweight. She has a ginormous paperweight collection, which as she ages, she's been giving out to family. The last time we were there, we got to pick one out, and she gave this to us as a gift from her collection that we have in our house. I have several other paperweights from her upstairs in the bedroom. I have another one over here in my family room. They all have different designs in them, different themes, and she would pick them up in travels. She would receive them as gifts because she had a big collection. Love to know in the comments how you did and what it felt like for you when you were connecting to that energy. I really want to understand from our community. I think it will help your fellow intuitive friends by hearing what you're feeling. So by the way, this type of exercise when you're reading into an object is called psychometry, and it's always really fun. I do have a few of these psychometry video exercises in my library. You can check that out in my playlist. I'll link it below in the description. And this is really fun if you can learn what the history is and get some validation like I just did here. The key to remember is that practice needs to be paired with getting validation, and you should be using a method to practice your intuition. This shouldn't be guessing. If you need a method, a step-by-step process, and how to tune into your intuition, if you don't already have one, you can use mine. Everything you need to know is in the description. I have a course, I have a free ebook, I have a free video. Check it out, check out the links, and get started with the method, and then you can do the exercise. The third exercise to practice tapping into energy is people watching. Have you ever done that before, where you just sat on a bench in a park somewhere, watch people, and try to pick up on their energy, the story about them, what they're interested in? This is a really fun one to try. As you observe people, pay attention to that energy that they're giving off. Try to sense their mood, their intentions, and just pick up on anything at all you get. This is really fun. You won't get the validation here unless you start a conversation with the person and try to pick up on some of the things that you were getting. But I don't recommend walking up to somebody, telling them that you are picking up on their energy and asking them to validate. I definitely don't recommend that. But I do have exercises on my channel where you can do that. This particular exercise is good for understanding what that energy of different people feel like. And as you practice these exercises, you are going to start to understand what it feels like to pick up on energy from a distance. Don't forget to write everything down. If you don't already have an intuition development journal, you need to start one today. It can be in your phone notes. It can be a physical notebook. Doesn't really matter. Doesn't have to be fancy, but as you practice every day, jot down what you're getting in all these exercises you do and the validation that you're getting. This is going to help remind you what it feels like when you are tapped in, and it's super helpful in building your confidence. You'll also know what it feels like when you're not tapped in. So there's a lot of value in that. And there you have it, a little crash course on intuition and energy, how they work together, some practical exercises to get you honing your energy reading skills. Remember, again, practice is key. Everyone's journey is unique, so don't be discouraged if it takes a little time. Keep on trusting yourself and enjoy the process. This is supposed to be fun. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more content like this, and share your experiences or any questions you have in the comments. I love hearing from you all. And until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the wonderful world of energy and intuition development. I hope you guys are all doing well, and I'll catch you in the next video.